You are now watching Koki.
In this episode, watch Koki dye his hair, quit his job, talks about all your topics, while even showing his bullet journal process. All coming up exclusively on the Koki channel.
I'm about to dye my hair. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. I was thinking of doing the bangs and a little bit of the mullet, but I don't know if I'm gonna look like a clown if I do that. And then the rest will be a black. Hopefully it turns out alright. I'm just gonna take photos during the process. So I'll be back. There it is. I went a little bit under the mullet. So if you look at the front, you see all the dyed hair. And then on the side, you kind of see a half and half. I would just have to comb it a little bit to keep it tidy. Same with the side. I'm gonna be dyeing everything else black tomorrow. So all these whites, all this platinum will be black. I'll think about it for a bit too. I could reduce some of the green, dyeing it black, but we'll see. It's just straight up green, nothing else, but it's not Billie Eilish green, which is what was really important to me. I did not want Billie Eilish green because I didn't want any comments of people saying you look like Billie Eilish, right? Billie Eilish looks like Billie Eilish because she did that neon green first, or like she was iconic enough to do it. I'm not Billie Eilish. I'm not Nick Eilish, I'm not Koki Eilish. Bro, Billie can keep her crown. I'm just gonna be Koki with the Spotify green. Yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So about looking not like Billie Eilish, you know what? It is what it is. I just gotta live with it. Why am I letting Billie Eilish take over my life? That's the problem. Like, who the f is Billie Eilish? I only know Koki. I do love it a lot though, because now I can go all messy again without worrying about the roots showing. Oh, I'm calling this like like a green, this hair, I'm calling it green stinky skunk. Green stinky skunk. Hopefully, like you didn't have bigger expectations when the title said quitting my job, as if I was gonna go into the store.
Guys, what is this? Guys, all of you out right now.
Jared, I'm here to tell you that I'm quitting.
You know, nothing crazy. I've talked with people about this before, including you guys, and some of you guys told me that quitting the job is the best part, especially when a job gives you hard times. It's like an amazing thing to go and quit, to drop that resignation letter. Sorry for the scary lighting, by the way. So this is my first day at the job since February, since the whole COVID stuff happened. So if this wasn't all of a sudden or anything, why did I even go back to work for this day? Really, like a big part of it is because I just wanted to like truly experience the last day and also hand in my letter and everything. Otherwise, my last day would have been months ago very abruptly. And to think like this might be one of my last retail experiences in a long time, hopefully. I think it was pretty important to come back, see what it was like again. Just like really enjoy a last day at it. And the reason I also say it's hopefully the last time I worked retail is because finally for the first time in my life, like YouTube can support me like a part-time job. I'm not making bank off YouTube yet. You can obviously tell like I can't move out by myself with that money. I can't even afford the rent alone at all, not even really close to that with my YouTube money. YouTube, Twitch, all my revenue streams right now, it's towards video materials, Real Angel House, my clothing project I'm working on, and it pretty much just does what a part-time job does, and I'm like blessed. I'm so thankful for that, because otherwise I would have to be doing these YouTube videos, doing other things, and working at a part-time job, you know, like that would suck. But damn. Yo, warning, but again, I don't want anyone like mad in the comments about anything, because these are my experiences, these are my opinions, and I'm also just not talking to everybody. I'm not lecturing everybody, I'm not preaching to you. These are just like this is real advice to people who can take use of it. I wish everyone in their lives could have worked as a sales associate at least once, because it gives you an idea when you are a customer what it's like to be a sales associate. I feel like if everyone was a sales associate at one point in their life, they wouldn't be as mean to sales associates. I also know that people in the past have told me over the past few months, especially during quarantine and streaming on Twitch, now that I'm talking to people around the world, they tell me, you know, it's not easy for them to go get a job, retail even. Like some of them have age requirements, some of them just have dead malls, dead cities, they can't really work at many places. Some of them, people don't quit their jobs and they just can't find one. And now I understand that. You know, honestly, before I was just using my city as an example. I live around the Vancouver area, Canada, and I feel like here it's not so hard to get a retail job. There's lots of thriving malls and businesses. There was, maybe at least before COVID. Seeing the difference, also noticing the privilege even when it comes to simple things like working retail and stuff. Yo, I totally understand it, guys. Like if you have ever been a sales associate, you know like some of the things people ask that you literally just can't do. A lot of it becomes common sense once you actually become a sales associate. And to be honest, a lot of it is common sense anyways, but people just have no empathy or they don't see it. Even then, even now, like I still want to, at least once in my life, I can't cook, but I want to go work in a kitchen. Like whether it be fast food or a restaurant. That's an amazing experience because for the rest of my life, I'll be eating at a restaurant. So to be the people behind the kitchen doing the things like whatever, it would open my mind up to it a lot more, and I totally would understand, you know, why is my food taking so long. I wouldn't really care as much, you know, just learning like the backings behind so many things. It opens your mind a lot. I've had people ask me in the past before too, like, Nick, how do you make money? How do you go and afford the things you want to buy, like this shirt, this hoodie? Yeah, so before, for the longest time, it would be retail. And back then too, you know, I was spending a lot more money than I do now on myself. I think part of the reason was because I hated my life working retail. When I came home, I just wanted to do nothing but like chill, feel good, because I'm just clocking in and out of hell. It made me want to spend that money I earned, that very little money I earned, into materialistic things or things that just made me feel better right away. It's counterproductive. It literally brought me nowhere. And I was like terrible back then too. At the beginning of the year this year, when I was doing Twitch, when I was making like even a little bit amounts of money or whatever, I wouldn't even touch it at all because I enjoyed doing what I was doing. I was content with it, you know? I didn't feel like I needed instant gratification by purchasing anything or buying anything like that. I was just doing it. I think that's a very cool benefit, probably one of the best benefits of doing something you like. I guess bluntly, because you're doing something you like, you don't feel like you have to compensate it by spending money. I mean, even then you shouldn't, of course. But like, I'm a dumb teenager, right? I'm like figuring this out as I go.
How about not working retail, making money online or by other means? Is it possible?
I was thinking to myself too, like, is there anything people can do? Well, I'll say this though, and I heard this from somewhere else, I can't remember where. If you're able to watch me on YouTube, if you watch my type of content, you know, feel like you can at least relate to this a little bit, okay? Yo, warning, but again, I don't want anyone like mad in the comments about anything, because as long as you have a phone, you can do anything. Like you can do anything, you can make anything, and you can also figure out how to make money even without retail jobs. The thing about retail, like I chose to work retail because it was no effort. I just hand in a resume, get a sales associate job, stand there, just make cash every hour. It was low effort. And there were some people who would go beyond and above to do it, but I just didn't see the point because they didn't measure you in terms of how good you were. You know, I wasn't making commission, it was just minimum wage. I just did not see the worth in putting in more effort than I should. But if you work smart, not hard, figure out how to make money online. You know, I sound like a fucking guru right now, but it's true. It's really true. There are a lot of ways, whether it's as simple and as straightforward as doing something on Fiverr, which kind of sucks, or I'm not even talking about scandalous things, you know, like $300 an hour. Like, I'm not even talking about that. Drop shipping, that was a huge thing back then. People still do it now, of course. You know, Amazon, the things you buy on Amazon, a lot of that is drop shipping. A lot of that is just repurposed, repackaged, resold items from like Alibaba, AliExpress. They purchase cutting boards, kitchen materials, utensils for like $1 in China, and they resell it on Amazon for $20 minimum every single item. That's an example of how like a lot of things are super lucrative on the internet. And as well as if you can go get a retail job, I think it's great experience. You don't know you hate it until you try it, and there's not much else to say about that.
Yo, warning, but again,
one of the biggest things I've learned in retail that I hate the most is working underneath people. Even then, you know, it's just a retail job. It's a minimum wage retail job, and I already hate working underneath people. And those people I work underneath with, you know, they work underneath even more people. At times though, it's a good thing, you know, when you have an HR, when you have departments that can like really take care of big problems like that, it's amazing. When you work for a small family company, it's sucks because there is no HR. There is not much you can do about something if you don't like something. In general though, there's a lot of downsides. And then to think that like that environment would be even more crazy, more realistic in an office job or something. I just really hate it. Yo, I just know, at least for me, like life doesn't have to be like that at all. Some people do enjoy working underneath other people. Some people just do enjoy like retail. Some people do enjoy all that. None of that is bad. You gotta do it to figure out if you like it. And if you don't like it, work smart. Work smart. A lot of people, not everybody, you know, but a lot of people do go in that path because it's a lot more straightforward. Like going to school and stuff, you think there's a path, you think it's really straightforward, and it is. It's a lot more simple than figuring out how to be your own boss, how to make money and everything like that. But work smart, not hard. That's like the biggest thing. So I was looking through the footage from last week and I noticed how much more green the hair was, and I thought it was too. I was like, dude, there's no way it was more green last week, was it? It wasn't until I looked at the footage and I realized it actually was. So it definitely got darker. And how that happened, how did that happen? I think because I dyed both my hair black and green at the exact same time and washed it off at the same time. Yeah. I'm totally cool with it. I think it's better anyways. Before it was definitely Billie Eilish. Now it's like, it's a very sort of unique. It's a dark green, almost, what's the color? Like turquoise teal? Turquoise not it, right? Teal? A few videos ago I did mention I'm gonna start bullet journaling. So a couple weeks ago I made this. So throughout this video, while I'm talking, you guys will see footage of me creating this because I didn't want to make it a separate video. I feel like planning with me video is pretty redundant, pretty lame. We're gonna combine it with this video so it's not boring while you listen to me talk. I asked you guys to ask me some interesting topics, questions, literally anything so we can discuss, or you know, yeah, literally to discuss, because I'm not preaching anything. I'd rather just be introducing these topics to you guys with my opinions. We'll get through that. We'll see what you guys want to talk about. But before that, guys, I want to give a big fat shout out to today's sponsor. Blackhead Studios, aka Blackhead Jewelry. I have not checked out what they sent me yet. I know what they sent me because I picked these items, but I haven't looked at them yet. So let's open it up. So what they asked me to pick from is from a collection they called, like, I don't think there's a name for it, but it's all snake themed, which is pretty cool. I don't have any snake themed jewelry. Thought it was perfect also with my green hair. It's like some Slytherin vibes. Wow, dude, check out this packaging. We'll start off with these three. Blackhead Jewelry. Yo, honestly, the packaging is, I wasn't expecting packaging like this. Like, it's actually really nice. I'm gassing this up a lot, but I'll give props to wherever props due. There's three colors I could pick from: black, gold, silver, and I'm a silver type of person because I feel like it looks nicer on my skin. Contrasts a little bit better. This one is the snake bangle, even with my very small wrist and everything. This one is so nice too. And I'm not even saying this, it's because I forgot what I asked for. How the snake is like playing with the chain hanging on it, that's really, really cool. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I'll probably wear this one. Like, actually wear it all the time a lot. Alright, now the rings. To be honest, I'm a ring size 4.5. And I think this is like a 5. So it's gonna be bigger than... Oh wow, wait, it's actually okay. It's okay, it's okay. Nice, bro. I'm actually happy it's decent. Again, another snake wrapping around my finger. That's really cool. Okay, I want to make sure the light really gets this one. It's a very nice deep red, if you can see it in some angles. Those Pokemon Ruby vibes. Pretty nice, like a blood red. Last piece is actually really nice too. I do not own any rings like this, so very nice to the collection. I'll wear this one for the rest of the video. Fuck. Big thanks, big ups to Blackhead's Jewelry. Check out the description below. If you're not into the snake stuff, they definitely have so many more nice things. And if you are into these snake stuff, then hey, let's go, Slytherin gang. I've done the sorting hat stuff before and I got placed in Slytherin, so check out these Blackheads if you maybe don't want to end up with Blackheads. Thanks, Blackhead. To the questions, to the topics, to the discussions that you guys want to talk about. Supporting small brands, question mark? I'm a big fan of supporting small brands. Actually, I think it definitely means a lot, and it is a lot to go out and support your friends or even just small or local artists, whether through music, through art, through like if they have a YouTube channel, any of that. I've thought about this myself too, and I feel like many people who are not artists, who are not creative, who don't do their own things, it's harder for them to see how important it is to go and help these guys out. Like the energy you give when you're supporting somebody is huge. It's like the energy they need to keep going with it. They can only keep going with it, they can only get somewhere with it if you are there to help them. In my personal experience, all my friends who were not into like the arts, who weren't really creative or, you know, didn't care so much about doing their own thing, they suck with supporting people. Like they really suck. They either clown you for it or they don't talk about it. Yeah, nobody's forced to go out there and, you know, do those things to help out each other, but I think it's just because they don't see it. They don't really understand why you would do that. And if you are friends with people who are now going out there to do their own things, in your best interest, you probably should stick around with them. They are on the path to becoming your most powerful connection, but that should never be the main motive to support anybody. It's just like, come on, it's not hard, especially if you're friends with them. By surrounding yourself with these people, you're putting yourself in that environment. You're surrounding yourself with creative people and you become creative too without thinking about it subconsciously. So very, very important. Never feel jealous. Never feel like, oh dude, this is too hard to listen to. This is too hard to watch because it's my friend. I know them. Like that's the worst mentality. Like own it, watch it, bro. Don't feel any jealousy. Don't feel any weirdness. Just like everybody has a potential. So support everybody. Skincare routine. So last time I talked about my skincare routine. Okay, I think I was supposed to show my skincare routine. Every morning, twice a day, the morning and the night, I clean my face with this cleanser. I was a little baby. Nowadays, every morning I put on Muji moisturizing toner. At nighttime, I use aloe vera. And every time I shower, I use, I think it's salicylic acid face wash. That's what I use. I keep it pretty simple. I think a lot of it has to do with also just aging when you grow up. Like when I was going through my teen years, when I was 17, 18, 19, my acne was at its worst. And I'll put a photo here too. You probably don't want to look at it, so look away right now if acne scares you. Seriously, look away. Here it is. You can see, Nick, what is your skincare routine? I know you probably wouldn't be asking that if you saw me like back then. So a lot of it has to do with age. Not touching your face, drinking lots of water also. I'm a junior year trying to prepare plan for college. Any tips? Yeah. I have a whole video on that, like why is college worth it? In short, school's really good even if you don't know what you want to do. Like everyone's gonna tell you that it puts you in a very realistic environment, like talking to people, communicating with people, and just building connections. If you're not gonna take any of that education out of it. But even then, you know, with the degree, you can do things. Most important thing though is to build a portfolio of some sort, whatever it is in your interest outside of school. So that when you come out of school, you can find a job because you have past experiences that you built while you were in school. That's the most important thing. Thoughts on TikTok and its consumption and place in 2020. I've talked about TikTok so many times. I feel like people are so sick of me talking about TikTok, but a lot of people on YouTube probably haven't heard. I used to be a boomer about TikTok and I realized that's such a bad thing, you know? Like I don't want to become one of those old people that ignored Instagram for years and they finally hopped on Instagram when it's at its peak, when it's literally like maybe dying. Same with Facebook, right? Like we were all on Facebook and then our parents came on, we moved. We're all on Instagram, parents came on, hey, time pack it up. Now we're on TikTok, but our parents are too fast. They're already on it, but there's nowhere else to go yet. So yo, if you guys know, invite me to the next social media when you do know. But I was becoming one of those parents though. I was becoming a boomer. I was being too slow and closed-minded about it. So I just gave it a shot. I did it for a little bit. If you ever want to look at my TikToks, I'm not afraid to show it or anything like that. I'm actually pretty proud of it. So for exactly 2 weeks in May, I was making TikToks at Koki with 2 eyes on TikTok because Koki was taken. My takeaways: if you're a content creator on TikTok, it's very hard to get people attached to the things you do outside of TikTok. It's hard to get them to come to Instagram even, or to come to YouTube, something a lot more meaningful. A lot of people are on TikTok because they just want to be in and out. They're just seeing fast content. They click follow to see more of your TikToks and they scroll past. You know, the average person on TikTok watches 200 TikToks a day. The average person on YouTube watches I think like 10 videos a day. So that's why the algorithm is nuts on TikTok, because you're just watching 200 content creators a day and you're coming across so many people. So think about it this way: on TikTok, there are 200 chances in a day that you can find me. On YouTube, there are 10 chances a day that you can find me. So that's why TikTok growth was insane. In 2 weeks, I gained like 20,000 followers, but they don't really mean anything as compared to YouTube. Like, we really think these people on TikTok are gonna care about the clothes I'll make? Hey Nick, what about Lil Huddy? How about Lil Huddy merch? How about Emilio de Charlie hoodies? Emilio de Charlie? Wait, what the did I just say? But like, they got millions, right? They got millions and millions. Nowadays too, this new TikTok era is having a lot of a harder time gaining that fast Instagram momentum, that YouTube momentum that the OG older TikTokers did. Like, people have caught on, they've got smarter too. That like, why am I following a TikTok influencer? How is their content meaningful? I'm following an e-boy, I'm following an e-girl. And personally, I think the community on TikTok, like most of the people who comment are very young kids, and I didn't gotta say anything, man. Like, the comments I got on TikTok, I just didn't even want to look at them anymore, and it made me just not want to make content on TikTok, because I don't go out to look for these comments. You just come across it, you see it. I don't want to see these comments anymore. If you guys want to know what type of comments, like, Man, you know what type of comments. TikTok's just so dumb, man. I thought Twitter was dumb. TikTok is so dumb. And the last thing about TikTok, it just makes me a little bit disappointed or worried even. But I don't want to sound like a boomer, but to be honest, for young kids, it could definitely influence them and get their attention span even shorter than it is. I've seen people tell me like a 30-second TikTok is too long. Next. And as like a YouTuber making 15-20 minute videos, it sort of is demotivating almost. Like, are there people who are gonna sit around and want to watch even 10-minute, 5-minute videos nowadays? Or do they want to see 30-second, 10-second TikToks? Tattoos. I'm definitely getting a tattoo. Next year, for sure. Sometime next year, I'll get a tattoo. I'll have one. Let me know your thoughts on multiple universes, Schrodinger's cat, and whatnot. Yo, to be honest, who the cat? Okay, I have heard of Schrodinger's cat, but I actually like don't. I've heard the explanations, but I just forgot. Like, I never really cared about that. I'm sure I probably should care about it maybe. My thoughts on multiple universes, I think about it once in a while, but space and everything, it's amazing how infinite it is. And I like to think about it too, because it puts you in this perspective that you are so small and insignificant. And for some reason people say like, yo Nick, this makes me sad thinking about it. But why are you sad? It's the truth. Like, life is so insignificant. We are these tiny little humans on Earth. Earth is this tiny little planet in our galaxy, and then there's other galaxies on top of that. Like, our lives, does it really mean so much? Sometimes I ground myself like that. When you're like too scared, you think something's a big deal. It physically, literally is not a big deal. Like, you're nothing. You're sort of worthless. At least for me, it makes me feel better thinking about it like that. Obviously, don't take that literally. Yeah, what is the point of life? There is no point. You just gotta make one yourself, I guess. How to get yourself out of a mental slump. I go through mental slumps all the time. Like, to be honest with you guys, right now, yesterday, a couple hours ago, I was in my mental slump. A couple weeks ago, I was honestly at a very high point. I was just feeling good. I was going, I was running, I was reading. And then all that just slows down, right? I'll tell you guys I'm okay right now, and the best way to get out of it is to remind yourselves of the things that you do that get you out of that slump in the first place. Or like, remind yourself when you were at a good point, what allowed you to be there. For me, it was like eating cleaner, exercising, reading, meditation is legit. I feel like as soon as I take a break too long in a row, too many breaks, it becomes too easy to do it. And it doesn't become a break anymore. If I tell myself I'll play games for a few hours and another few hours, and I end up playing all night, and the next day I decide to just play games, like, that's how I get into a slump. So when you realize it, remind yourself, how were you out of this before? Would you work with a team when it comes to art or stay solo in terms of fashion, videos, etc.? Hey, really cool question. I would totally 100%, and I am thinking about, especially next year, to build a team for everything. For YouTube, for my editing, for Real Angel House, my clothing. It was like Mr. Beast who said this the best. But he said like, for everything you don't want to do, don't let that be a reason for you to not do something. If you don't want to do something, get someone else to do it. And yeah, you know, obviously that's gonna take money and stuff, but that's a legit solution. If I'm too lazy to edit videos, but I want to make more videos, I'll get someone to go edit. If I love making clothes, but like I don't like executing the design every time, doing the tedious line art, I'll get someone to do that. On top of surrounding yourself with creative people, a lot of benefits to being in a team. You can see the way I'm wording this though, like I want all the creative freedom in it. Yes, I do. To be honest, like I want a mentor in my life, and I have like mentors or people I look up to, but I want to own as much of the creative freedom as I can, like go with my own instinct. The reason being because if you give me all the creative freedom and I mess up, the only person to blame is myself. And that's so easy to do. If I give someone else the freedom to go and sort of control what I want to do and they mess up, that's like a lot more frustrating. Where do you get your video editing style from? So for this, nobody, like no one on YouTube really. Exactly, nobody on YouTube really. Because the whole Y2K aesthetic, that's obviously existed since the Y2K. But yeah, I search up like, you know, Y2K designs, Y2K trends a lot. I was always a fan of TV show intros. When I was younger, I'd go on YouTube and search up like iCarly all seasons 1 to 6 intros, and I just sit there and watch all of them. Or like Power Rangers all intro montage. I love TV show intros, and that's something I put into my videos. Every video has its own intro. On TV shows though, you have to wait a whole season for a new intro. On the Koki channel, every video is a new intro. And since Y2K is such a big fashion trend right now, I want my videos to also just reflect the aesthetics, because yeah, nobody really been doing it. A lot of people are still doing the lo-fi grainy stuff, but not Y2K things. Do you ever deal with self-inflicted limitations? If so, how do you deal with it? Not so long ago, a couple videos ago, I was talking about how life is so hard. Someone told me that that's a belief, like that's my own belief, my own subconscious belief that I believe life is hard. I thought about that. I'm like, you're right. Why am I saying life is hard? By saying so, like, I'm making life hard. And I just snapped and said, I can't even snap. I just snapped though and I said, life is easy. Like, this is actually easy. All these things that I thought were hard, they're easy, dude. Just go and do it. You're already doing these easy things. Just keep doing it. I've been telling myself like, damn, life is easy. Life's actually easy when you think it's easy. No right? But it's true. Do you intend to go to another country if we're not in a pandemic? Yeah, dude, yo, guys, yo, YouTube, come here. We're going to Japan. Not anytime soon, but we're going to Japan. When this pandemic is over, when the whole Tokyo thing is over, when I got some more money, we're gonna go to Japan. We'll do some fashion videos, we'll go shopping, we'll vlog it, we'll eat. Cooking in Japan, something so far away. I've been to Japan only once in my life and I already wanna go back. I just love it. How did you start your YouTube channel? Some tips? Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of YouTubers don't talk about this part even, so I like to put my input on it. I always tell people who want to start a YouTube channel to ask themselves this. What are you going to make, or what do you make that will make people want to watch your video over someone else who makes the same content? Someone else who makes the same type of content. Like, yeah, why should I watch your video instead of someone else who does it better? The answer to that is to do it better than them or to offer them something that another person is not doing. Really, it's like to think smart about it also. Don't work hard. Don't post 10 videos a day. It doesn't matter if you post 7 videos a day, a video every week. It's actually just about posting a good video that people actually want to watch. I'm not saying like, oh, everybody on my YouTube likes to watch my videos, but that's the mindset I had to go in and do it. And I guess it kind of works. If you're watching this, I guess it works. Let's change sceneries for no reason. I want to get a little bit more specific now that we're getting near it, but Real Angel House, people ask me all the time, Nick, do you ever think about starting a clothing brand? What is Real Angel House? Real Angel House is the clothing brand that I've created over a year ago, like well over a year ago, but it's finally became like into something real. Angel House. Hey, if you follow me on Twitch, you like definitely know what it is. I talk about it a lot, but to you guys on YouTube, you probably don't have any clue. Real Angel House is truthfully the future of like anything I want to do. Like, I can imagine myself not making YouTube videos and just making clothes. Not that I am gonna stop making YouTube videos anytime soon for sure, but Real Angel House is something I could do like when I'm in my 30s, you know? Like, if that's a thing. And by then it'd be called something else. It's the experience that I built with like creating clothing. Real Angel House is gonna keep growing into something like so beautiful and so big. Eventually it'll be completely cut and sew. Eventually we'll have so many little things like, yo, we'll have our own little jewelry, 925 sterling silver jewelry and everything. The whole reason I started my YouTube channel in the very first video was to reach out to you guys, to build an audience for people to be able to just see like the art I do for the rest of my life, including a clothing brand. And I don't like calling it a clothing brand. I think a clothing project is the better word, because a brand makes it seem like I really care about the profits and stuff. Right now, to be honest, if I could sell it at cost, I would. But the whole point of not selling it at cost is so that I'm able to go and do cut and sew in the future, to do even bigger, greater things. So on top of that, Koki merch is gonna be another thing. Like, don't think of this as a merch line, but Koki merch will be another thing. It'll be like that, more affordable. It's just a way to support me, but like way lower quality, you know, Teespring vibes. Probably not anytime soon, but it's definitely gonna be a thing. Maybe next year, but don't look forward to that. It's gonna be a bit. So yeah, I just wanted you guys to know that, so that there's Real Angel House, and in the way in the future, there will be Koki merch. Thank you guys for watching. Koki's done making his videos. Koki's done making his points. If you like this video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. If you want to go to sleep, go sleep. If you need to go eat, go eat. If you can't eat, stay healthy. Yo, Koki's out, okay? Like the hair? Like the stuff I talked about? Like that bullet journal? I didn't even mention anything about it. I think that's all the video's about. So thanks for watching. Bye, guys. Love you.